Hello, guys. Welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking and sharing, subscribing. Of course, telling your friends about what we do right at Gusto TV. We love you. We appreciate you guys. Big Lala is very much in the building today. And of course, he is still vibing to that one. Palazzo, Spinal, Asake. I know you will say, oh, yeah, continue.
Let me not show myself.
Continue.
I'm irresponsible.
Anyways, will you say Palazzo is your best song of 2022 so far?
So far, what are the options for me? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think it's a really nice song that I really love.
Yeah.
But there's been other songs in 2022 that takes the cake now.
You think so?
Yes, of course. It's not even Sungba remix is 2022.
Yeah, sure.
Which is still I also pick Sungba over it now, so, but it's a good song. It's a good song.
Okay, Olamide, as I found another gem, in Asake, under the YBN imprint. If you and I were discussing yesterday about how, Asake, taking on Olamide's street legacy, and all of that, how he was able to find someone who is street now. I mean, Fireboy doing really, really well. A lot of people are surprised to see an Afro, like an Afro, more like an R&B, the slow melody singing guy under a street-oriented label, and is thriving really, really well under Olamide. Now Asake, who is street, is with Olamide, and we're asking if we're going, he was going to, carry on the Olamide legacy. Let me ask you that. Do you think so?
Well, the Olamide legacy cannot come from an Asake for two reasons, right? Reason is Asake is not for someone to come up as Olamide's legacy.
Yeah,
the come up has to be similar. I'm not saying necessarily, but for me, I think it has to be similar in nature, in the style of music. I mean, Asake only just ticks the box of one part of Olamide. What about the other part of Olamide where
the rapping
was undoubtedly one of the biggest indigenous rappers in the country. And he went toe to toe with even the English rappers in terms of he started going toe to toe with the pop guys. So that's what his legacy represents. Asake is a street pop guy, thoroughbred street pop.
Street pop, yeah.
Street pop lamba all through. He hasn't passed through that test of, as a rapper, have I done this? I'm not saying it must be, right? But if we're going to say someone is going to carry on the legacy of Olamide, the legacy of Olamide started up from him being an indigenous rapper.
Multifaceted, and right now he's a multifaceted, artist. And, to be fair on him, he's doing every one of them really, really well. Kudos to, Olamide. It's no joke when they say Baddo, Nababa, any day, anytime. Now, Olamide, one of the things that also made him consistent is the fact that this guy, every now and then releases albums every year. The only time he didn't release personal album, he dropped the YBNL, compilation and all of that. So it's been a back-to-back thing for him. Last year there was a UI Scooty. The year before there was that one. What's the name again? That was an album in 2020. Yes.
Wait, UI Scooty.
UI Scooty was in 2021. Carpe Diem here in 2020. 2022 is here. A lot of fans are expecting Olamide to come up with another album again. But another school of thought saying, why drop another album when you can focus on Asake in making him another international star like Fireboy DML? What would you say? Olamide, go after the album or focus on Asake?
Well, Olamide has already said, he's already hinted that, I'm not going to drop my next album is going to be my last album.
My last album, yeah.
He's already said something like that. I think he's enjoying himself as a label CEO, being in charge of artists and making decisions and putting them, making stars basically. Yes. I think he's loving it because he's taking that OG status right now.
He's an OG, yeah.
Yeah. That being said, or maybe I think one time we even said, should Olamide start giving like a jazzy or whatever.
Yeah.
Right now, you can see him in that level. You can see him in that status. He has one of the biggest labels in the country, whether you like it or not. And they look like they have structure and they have stars rolling in, coming in from that label. the problem about it is, as an artist that has done it for several years, it's not easy for him to leave it. It's not going to be easy for him to say, oh, I'm going to stop making music. I'm going to stop making albums. Now, it's something that you've done for years. It's part of who he is. Yeah. I don't believe it's going to be his last album. I think he's still going to come up with a new album. And I'm pretty sure he can do the same. He can drop an album and he can focus.
You think so? You think he shouldn't abandon? I mean, it's 2022 right now. Asake is currently on a trajectory, up there and everything.
Yeah.
Should Olamide focus on both Asake and his album, or abandon the album for this year and try to, steady Asake in some sort of level?
What is there to study for Asake now? Asake already has an EP, yeah. In less than 6 months, I mean 6 months ago, he's got an EP,
yeah.
Right? He's got two or three of the biggest songs that has reigned this year.
Yeah.
Already.
So
he can work on his album now. I mean, what they've done with the DJ Spinner.
Olamide is going to be instrumental in working on that album, A&R wise, direction wise, all of those things.
How does him putting his own plans on hold, I mean, positively affect that when he can do both at the same time? He's done it before.
How can he do both at the same time? You think you think they would actually work, and it could be successful with both simultaneously?
Why not? Of course he can. With Fireboy's second album and Olamide's was it Carpe Diem? Well, they were dropped within months. It wouldn't look like they were competing, but that was a success for him. Fireboy dropped, he dropped. There was no issues, right? The same thing happened with Asake. I think if you're not putting the three of them in the mix, then we can now start saying, "Oh, what's going on? Is somebody going to suffer for somebody else to thrive?"
Yeah.
But I think it's doable. I don't think Olamide needs to put his own plans on pause for any of that. It's given Fireboy the best of focus. We've seen the results. It's given what's his name, Asake, very good focus right now, right?
Yeah.
He can also plan his thing on the side, and when he's ready, he could drop. But it's something I strongly believe it's something he can do by himself. I mean, he can do at the same time with all of them.
With all of them. Anyways, guys, let's have your thoughts on that one. Olamide, with Asake, should he actually abandon his album plans and focus on Asake for this year, 2022, or you think he can do both together? Big Bella thinks, why not? He can actually do both together, focus on Asake, and also drop, his album as well. That Olamide supposedly last album is really, really important for the culture. He has said that it is going to be his last album, and we were thinking that time, will it be a chance to bring Davido and Wizkid together on that album? We don't know yet, but of course, only time will tell if that's going to happen or not. But guys, let's have your thoughts. Asake, Olamide, should Olamide actually focus on Asake and leave the album? You think he can do both at the same time? Let's have your thoughts. Put them down below. We'll see you on the very next one. Please continue to stay safe. And for myself, I'm Big Lala. Please continue to stay out of trouble and continue to be a Gospel TV.
Yeah, in trouble, I'll come and bail you.
Cheers, guys.